All right, it is Thursday. It's Thursday. Hash it out. I'm going to be doing Hash it out in about, I don't know, less than an hour now. I'll be going live on that. It's on Blind Dave's YouTube channel. Go check it out. He's giving away what's he giving away? 15,000 DigiByte. I'm thinking like, it's probably worth 150 bucks. I don't even know what it's worth right now. 15,000 DigiByte. But he's giving that away when he hits 1,000 subscribers on his channel, so go give him some love, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. You might be that lucky winner of 15,000 DigiByte. Actually, I think it's up to 15,600 because he's had some donations. But go check it out. The link is below in the description. Blind Dave, his YouTube channel. Hash it out every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time. We do this, and I think we're up to pretty close to 40 episodes, consecutive episodes now. 38, 9, somewhere around there. It's going to be a year before we know it. So, the crypto markets. Up only, right? Well, we did have a little bit of a correction. I talked about that in the video a couple of days ago. I figured we would, because you have to. It's all emotional. Doesn't matter. Nothing goes straight up. All right, so Bitcoin's just kind of in a little floating period right now. I'm curious to see what happens between now and the halving in a month, because I think that's going to tell the story of what's going to happen for the rest of the year. Not 100% sure, well, none of us should be, what's going to happen with this cycle. I can so see this cycle, if we see any more weakness in Bitcoin before the halving, maybe a monthly candle close here in March in the 50s somewhere. I mean, if it closes at like 53 or less, 53K or less, man, oh man, that's right on track. Because I didn't think we were going to get $100,000 Bitcoin this year. Even with the ETFs, I'm like, I don't know, man, it's going to be tough. So we'll see. And then, just a couple of, 1 week ago, everybody said, oh, give me a break, 73,000, we're going to 100,000, no problem. Well, maybe not. Because people are always going to get wiped out. People are always going to get sold. I get it. The fundamentals are there. The money's there. All the narratives are there. However, I would not be surprised if, hey, all of a sudden some other coin gets an ETF approved, and then that sucks money away from Bitcoin. I mean, not all the money is going to go into Bitcoin. And so when I see these people talking about, well, just think, Bitcoin only has this many coins, and the entire pension funds are worth 40 trillion, so that means if X amount of pensions go into just Bitcoin, it's like you can't separate Bitcoin from crypto. As much as some people, some maximalists who are invested in their bags and have given up on freedom and have sold themselves out to the vampire casino because it's all about price go up, as much as they want you to believe that Bitcoin is the only thing that money is going to come into, the only thing that the trillions are going to go into, that is not the case. There are other coins. Look at Solana. I mean, who would have thought? People be dumping money into Solana. Give me a break. How many things that been restarted just to keep it going? That thing's always on life support. But, the memes, dog with hat. You got memes, so people, they get involved in it and they start throwing money at it. The markets, you'll go insane. I don't know, how's it go? The markets will stay solvent longer than you can maintain your sanity, or something like that. But that's exactly what, hey, get away, Dino. So that's the situation that you've got. Money is going to come into the market. It doesn't mean it's just going into Bitcoin. So to think that we're going to have $1 million Bitcoin, we may have $1 million Bitcoin, okay? We could be in a hyperinflationary death spiral. It could be the crack up boom. I know this is loud. I mean, things could be falling apart. Wheels could be coming off. I mean, this could be it, okay? Yeah, we'll have $1 million Bitcoin. And then you're going to have a, $10,000 Solana or something. It'll be nuts. It'll just be crazy because you won't even be able to denominate it in dollars because it won't make sense. That could happen. But if they maintain control and keep kicking the can, they're, just passed another bill, the continuing resolution or whatever, for the budget, $1.2 trillion, just to keep the government running. And I don't even know when that ends. $1.2 trillion. That's like all the Bitcoin right there. And they just made it up out of nothing. Just created. Poof, there it is. Poof! Magic! But that's what this government does. And as long as people keep believing in the dollar, this guy's coming in hot and hard and fast behind me. I better watch it. He's not going anywhere though, because we got cars here. You'll probably see him pass after these cars. He's gonna come flying around like 3 or 4 people. Crazy, crazies. Here he goes. There he goes, watch, from the window. Right there. There he goes. There's one car. And he's past 2. Is he going for more? No, he's getting over. All right. He's in a hurry. All right. You know, he's not an investor in Bitcoin. You know, he's not okay with waiting around for transactions. He wants something fast, baby. He wants some XRP. All right. So anyway, the money's going to come into this system. I mean, the trillions are there. They can create it at will. You know, the Federal Reserve is just a money-creating beast. So, yeah, the price of cryptos are going to go up. Yeah, we could have $1 million Bitcoin. But the cycles are still going to be the cycles. The human emotion is still going to be the human emotion. People are going to panic out. When certain things happen, they're going to get scared. They're going to sell. Hex. Look at Hex. Anybody watch any Hexicans out there? You ever watch that? What happened with that? Richard Hart, who was and this is the problem with the cult of personality in crypto and anything for that matter. That's why you got to trust yourself, not some guy that likes to buy a bunch of girl purses and walk around with them and flex out, hex flex, whatever they called it. But here you got, I mean, Hex, a token on the Ethereum blockchain that was touted and touted and touted, and everybody, you know, stake it and get more Hex, and you know, what's the value of it? I have no idea. I really don't. Once you get more of them, cool. And then you got to pay the gas fee on Ethereum to move it back and forth. Well, anyway, the creator of this, Richard Hart, comes out last week, kind of said, well, you know, I know y'all got rich and then maybe got poor on Hex that I created on Ethereum, but we got a new Hex, which is a copy of the old Hex that's on Postchain that you had to sacrifice something to get. But you can get it cheaper if you didn't sacrifice anything when it rolled out. Go figure. But he's kind of saying that, well, you know, you should probably not have it on Ethereum, the Hex. You should have the Hex on Postchain. And so the price dumps, goes down. Everybody's like, oh, it's going to zero. Everybody's going to pull it off of there. Oh. You know, but this is what happens. I mean, in cryptocurrency, it's just, quit believing in people that are running these things. And I mean, oh, it's decentralized. Okay, whatever. But the messaging that comes out can move the market. And that's my point. Emotions can move the market. I don't care if you think it's the greatest thing in the world. You know, it's a CD that you can lock up and get yields and all this stuff. But when the founder comes out, basically he takes a dump on it, people get scared and emotions happen. What happens if Satoshi Nakamoto comes out and unlocks his 1 million Bitcoin that he's got in basically I call it pre-mined wallets because nobody else was mining at the time. It's not technically correct, but because the code was released, but nobody was mining it. Nobody to speak of. So there's roughly 1 million Bitcoin out there locked up that haven't moved, that are supposedly in the possession of Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever that is. But what happens to the markets when, hey, there's word that Satoshi moved a coin or signed a transaction? Then what? That's a lot of scary thing that can happen. It's a lot of fun, fear, uncertainty, and doubt at that point. If you've got your retirement locked up in Bitcoin, what's that do to your mentality? Craig Wright called a liar in court. Everybody invests in BSV, the fork of Bitcoin Cash. There was a fork of Bitcoin. They thought, oh, this is really Satoshi. And the judge says, no, this is not Satoshi. And so everybody put their faith in that. Okay, where's it now? I mean, are you just completely disillusioned and heartbroken? I mean, you know, what kind of, I mean, where's that leave you? So you're emotionally wrecked at that point. And if that's the case, do you want to be invested in that coin? It can get dumped. So anyway, my whole point in all this is emotions still rule the market. Now, there's a lot of money coming in. However, it's a lot more emotion. You're still going to go up and down. That's just the way it is. That's human nature. It's not going to go up, up, up all the time. If it does, though, if we are in that this time is different moment, then what that means is that everything that you valued everything in, your house, your cars, your retirement, your education, whatever, it was all dollar denominated. That means all that means it's zero. you're going to have to reevaluate everything that you have and redenominate them in something else, because it's no longer dollar go up, number go up price, because that doesn't matter anymore. It's what value, underlying value does it serve? I mean, if you've got a $2 million house on, 5,000 square feet of land or 2,000 square feet of land that's surrounded by somebody else that's got the same thing, and that's all you can see from the aerial view, and you're completely dependent upon city water, city sewer, somebody fixing the roads, somebody doing this and that and taking care of you, and you think it's worth $2 million? Well, if the dollar goes away, you're going to find out what it's really worth. You're going to say, can I provide for myself? What happens if the plumbing doesn't work? What happens if, everybody else, the dollar goes to zero, and all the police and all the plumbing people that work for the waterworks, all the people that work for the sewer in the city, garbage pickup, all these people, what if they don't have a pension and they say, I'm not showing up to work anymore? What's that property worth at that point? When you got garbage stacked up and you got your toilet backing up and no water coming out of the faucet, what's it really worth then? And those are the kind of situations you don't want to be in, that we hope we never get into. But if price go up, everything go up in price, infinite, you're probably living in a scenario like that. Because just because you're gaining in the dollar, there's a lot of other people losing in it. Bitcoin might be helping you soak it all up, but at some point you're engaged in a level of social chaos to where you don't want anybody to know you got any Bitcoin, or anything for that matter, because you're a big target. And if you can't do anything with it because you're holding it in an ETF that you can't control, it's not in your possession, what good is it anyway? Nothing. It's worth nothing if you can't use it. So anyway, think about real value and those things that matter. And yes, look into Litecoin if you want something of real value. You don't have to put a lot of energy into it at this point, but you will. And again, you've been warned. It's going to take you a lot of energy to get it at some point soon. Is what it is. I've been preaching about it forever, and there's people out there that, oh yeah, you're an idiot. Okay, whatever. I can spend my Litecoin anytime I want. In fact, I've done it this week multiple times. I bought a coffee yesterday with it. Just like that. Seamless, easy. And I have no problem doing that because it's actual money. It actually fulfills the Satoshi white paper vision. Peer-to-peer electronic currency outside of a financial institution. Digital cash. 365 days a year, 366 days in leap year, which is this year. Sound money for the digital age. Look into Litecoin. You've been warned once again. See you on Hash It Out, 4 p.m. Central Time, every Thursday on Blind Dave's channel. See the link below. And then tomorrow, it's happy hour. I don't even know what time happy hour is going to be tomorrow. Just subscribe to the lovely Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel below, and put the notifications on, and you'll get notified for happy hour. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Trust yourselves.